All right. This is to further explain this system to you. These are the tilapia fishes. This is the aquarium. Okay. This is the airlift pump we just designed. You can see the flow. This is a 2-inch pipe. You know, it's a very reasonable flow. Yeah. And the fishes are loving it. You see that pipe at the bottom that is going this way? We plumb it to this point and leave it there. This is where it sucks in all the waste from this aquarium. This way is sucking the waste from the bottom on one side of the pond. You can either do it this way or that way, or in the middle. It doesn't matter. Okay, so the water travels this way, goes like this, goes this way, and go into the bottom of this filter. Right in the bottom. You can see where we plumb it at the bottom. Now I have a lot of pipes here, short pipes in different sizes, and I have a net. These aluminium mosquito nets. If you look carefully, you will see some insects. This is where they lay their eggs, and that eggs eventually hatch to pupa that becomes food for the young tilapia. Even the adults love it, so they don't bother us at all. And the water will now rise and get to this point, exit. There's a joint between this filter and this filter. So the water will go in here automatically. When the level of the water rises, it will come out here. If you see here, you will see the flow of that water. It's trying to fill this container back by gravity, because this airlift that is suctioning from this bottom. Put a screen here. Let me remove it so that you see what the design looks like. It's our traditional airlift. We just added another 90 degree this way and bring it up. We don't want it to suck the waste from the bottom directly, so we want it to suck it in from here. This place looks like a funnel with a net. You get the idea now. And this is just a hose we put inside here. There's an air stone at the bottom. Now see, I stop pumping. See, start pumping. Just the same airlift. I connect it to this 2-inch pipe that I link between this vat, this filter, back. That's where you get this flow. So as the water is coming out, it's going in there automatically. But the water that is coming out here is more filtered because of this net and this net, and you get a clearer water here. When I want to wash this thing, I will just raise this up. So water have stopped coming in from there, and this water is going down drastically. You can see it. You see the mark. You see it's going down about 1 inch, and at a point it will stop coming out here when it goes down too much. So I want to explain something to you. That's why I pulled it up. Now there's no connectivity between this vat and that, meaning there's no connectivity between this vat and this aquarium, because this feeds this one directly and this one feeds this one, all by gravity. You can see that it's about 2 inch now mark, and now the flow is reducing. It will get to a point it will stop, and you can even see the back pressure now is building back bubbles because the pressure of the water is low. But I raise this up a little bit, raise the air stone up a little bit, the bubble will stop. But it has gone so down now that the flow now is reduced. Now watch, just to see the effect of airlift pump. While this is returning, this one is filled up. Let's come here. Let's remove this bell siphon. I will use this as an example. Let me allow this second bell to flush. It's flushing in here. Okay, it has started flushing in here. Let me show you the effect again. You can see. You can see the water is returning. So any plant I put in this net cup here, I'm going to get you some of this. The roots will come out from here. You just put some granite to hold it, or coconut coil. Their roots will get water each time this thing fluctuates. It will fill water and it will discharge. Now look at the water leaf, doing pretty well. You can see the vegetable. You can see the bitter leaf is doing extremely well in this system. Now back to, and this is a smaller pump compared to the one. I'm going to bring this one home later. This is about 25 watts. When we test it, should be around 50 watts, and it's 30 liters per hour. It's a V30. Yeah, so this one that is so quiet that is doing the airlift pump. I'm going to tell you about the airlift pump in a moment. So you can see the flow is finished. Although water is still coming in from here, but no water is feeding here. Now watch. Let me supply this vat. You see the flow? Let me remove it. You see the flow by gravity. The water is flowing back in here by itself from the other vats. This is just to create some kind of a vortex so that the more solid waste will settle to the bottom. They won't come up and go back in here. Right? So anytime I need to clean this filter, I will remove this. I'll just remove this cap and this bottom of this one at the bottom will drain out. I can raise this up anytime I need to clean it, remove this whole thing, clean up this whole thing, take this water out to use for my plants or discharge them here, fill up fresh water here only and connect it back. And anytime I need to clean this one too, I will disconnect this pipe, block it so that it won't feed this one, remove all these things, rinse everything, rinse it out, fill up this vat, put it back and it starts. So it's very easy to maintain, right? And this has been running for about 6 months now. This water you see here, and it's healthy for the fish. We have not changed it, we only top off. We have the same drain at the bottom there where we can wash too. We have a valve inside, you open it, the whole dirty water will come out. Yeah, so you can see the flow. The water has come up again to the point. It has catch up with the flow, so you can see the flow is back to where it's supposed to be. Yeah, so that is the water recycling as it is. So what this one does is to filter the water. The same thing, there's another pipe there we cut to allow water go in from here, come out here, go this way. You see this hose? That's what is feeding air to the airlift injector over there. Let me show you what it is, and you can see the flow of water. See? See, it's not as much as what we are trying to lift water from this height, which is about 2 feet, to about 4 feet. So it's going to reduce the flow, but it's going to pump it anyway. It requires no cleaning of any sort. Now, that's the pipe. I'm still going to build this with you. That's the pipe. There's a valve there that I can open and discharge water when I want to clean the line. So you can hear the gurgling sound of the water. It will come up and it will separate. There's a T there. One will go this way, the other one will come this way, so you can see the flow here. So that's how I put water on these two beds. So by the time you put in water here and it travels down to this point, all this grinder it must have trapped some of the solid waste and it comes here. So now for the bell siphon, this water is at high point, it's filled up. The other one is trying to fill because it's just discharged. Now I need that water to get to this point, about 1.5 inches at the bottom. So if it drains, if it gets to about, this is about 10 inches, it will drain to about 1.5 inches and stop. So when we build this together, you understand how it works, but it just works. It's an automatic flusher. The water is at the high point now. If you look in there, you will see the vortex, you see the water, it's at the top. The moment I drop this in, now look at the flow. See the flow? Because it's overflowing now, it will continue this way. But when I drop the bell inside, it will increase the flow by 4 times so that it will drain that water faster than the water that is coming in. So watch, gradually, you see it's increasing. You see it's increasing. There you go. You see the flow now. So it's draining is 3 times faster than the water that is coming in. So eventually it will drain to a point where it will cut off and allow fresh water to come back up again. So as the water is going back, it's sucking oxygen to the roots of the plants and giving them time to get all they need: water, nutrients, and oxygen. You can see the leaf of the bitter leaf. I've never treated them with any pesticide, but just look at how they're doing and compare them to these guys. This is the same plant. Yeah? Compare it. Even though we water this every morning, take a look. This is suffering the heat of harmattan. See them? So you can never compare them to anything you do in aquaponics. You don't weed, you don't water, you don't fertilize, and you don't have to deal with any pests. If worse comes to worse, I can build a small screen and cover this with nets if I'm doing things like lettuce. Yep. So this is just a wrap-up of the entire system. Yep. And these guys have just eaten, but they are still hungry. See them pinching my hand. See them. See them. They are pinching my hand, and they've eaten. They're still hungry. This tilapia. So that's it. So that's how the flow goes. Yep. Okay. Let's cover this up. Oh yeah, Willie is here to feed them. They love food. Too much, these guys. See? So we've had this water for a longer time than we introduced the fish. So the fish should be about 4 months plus now. They get to about 7 months to get to a reasonable size. At least they should be about, say, 300 grams now. So some markets can eat this. Yeah, I see this in Chinese restaurants and in spa. They like it this way. Yeah. So I think at the end of 7 months or so, they can now start reproducing. So that's just about it. There's an airlift again, doing what airlift does, continuous pumping of the water. So you can see that this has stopped discharging and start filling back up again. Yeah.